Chamazi, Mbagala, in Temeke Municipal, here Dar es Salaam. Now it's a time for mathematics. Yes, last time we discussed on how to change improper fraction into whole number and fraction. We discussed in a little bit concerning this part, and I think everyone understood the concept. So I'm sure you are able on how to change improper fraction into a whole number and on how to change improper fraction into a whole number and fraction. So for now, before we proceed with another thing, we will pass through it just for one or two examples. Then after, we will proceed with what I prepared for today's lesson. So take your exercise book so that you can take some important notes which will help you later on while you are revising. Take a few minutes to prepare yourself. Then after, we will proceed. Okay, I think everyone is ready. Let us now proceed with what we are going to discuss. As I said before starting, what we are going to discuss today, let us remind ourselves on what we discussed in the last period. In the last period, we discussed how to change. We discussed how to change improper fraction into mixed numbers. Simply because it is difficult to have a numerator which is greater than a denominator, indicating that you are taking 7 out of 3. It is not possible. So we said if you have this one, you have to change it into mixed number. A mixed number is, as we said, is a combination of whole number and fraction. Combination of whole number and fraction. So to get it, you have to divide it. This is 7 over 3. 7 over 3. The word over means divide. So it is 7 divided by 3. 7 divided by 3. You divide this one simply. You take 7 divide by 3. If you use a long form division by long form or vertical division. Now you pick a number which you multiply by 3. You take 7 or nearest to 7. As I said, you may test this one using mathematical table, multiplication table, by saying 3 times 1 equals to 3. Still 3 is less than, it is less than 7. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 2 is 6. So 6 is nearer to 7 compared with 3. Then you may try again. 3 times 3 is equal to 9. Now you'll see yourself that 9 has already exceeded 7. So the appropriate one is 3 times 6. So if you take 3 times 2, you get 6. Then you subtract here. You subtract 7 minus 6. You remain with 1. You remain with 1. Now, to write this one as a mixed, number, this one will stand in a whole number or in a whole side. Then the remaining number will stand for numerator, while the divisor here will stand for denominator. And to write numbers in the mixed form, or to write the mixed number, we are writing whole number, then you write numerator over denominator. Numerator over denominator. This is W stand for a whole number. Then N stand for numerator. D stand for denominator. We said that mixed number is a combination of whole number and a fraction. Always the fraction is written in numerator over denominator. So you replace where there is W, you put the value you have obtained here. We get 2. So the value of W is 2. Then N, replace the value of N. Where there is N, you put the value of N. According to our question here, the value of N is 1. Then over. You put this segment that we use in writing fraction. Over what? Over denominator. Our denominator here is, the divisor, which is 3. This one. So 7, therefore 7 over 3 is equal to 2, 1 over 3. Now, instead of writing 7 over 3 as improper fraction, you may change this one into a mixed number, which is now 2, 1 over 3. Or you can say 2, 1/3. 2, 1/3. Right? We said a mixed number is a combination of whole number and a fraction. A combination of whole number, this is a whole number, is combined with this fraction here. Right? It is a simple concept, and if you are paying much attention, you catch this one easily. There is no problem with this one here. But also from this one, you may be asked to change. Changing mixed numbers, changing mixed numbers into improper fraction. Changing mixed number into improper fraction. So now we are doing vice versa. We were changing improper fraction into mixed number. Now we are changing mixed number into improper fraction. In changing improper fraction into mixed number, we were dividing. But in changing mixed number into improper fraction, we are multiplying. What are we multiplying? We are multiplying in this way. Take an example. Change, example 1, change 2, 1/3 into improper fraction. Change 2 1/3 into improper fraction. To change this one, we are multiplying. We are taking the denominator times the whole number plus the numerator over the denominator. You take a denominator times a whole number plus a numerator over a denominator. It is in this way. To change this one, the steps are you take the denominator times the whole number, this one, bracket, then plus your numerator, then over. You put a segment, this line segment, over denominator. Understood? Let's go. The numerator, the denominator in our number here. In this number, we have 3 as a denominator and 2 as a whole number, 1 as a numerator. So you substitute what the denominator. We said our denominator here is 3. Now write 3 times the whole number. The whole number in our example here is 2. Times 2. Then put a bracket like that one. Plus what? Plus numerator. The numerator here is 1. So plus 1 over. You put this sign as usual. Over denominator. So you divide by a denominator. Over denominator. Our denominator is 3. You see? It is very, very easy. Very, very easy. Very simple. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 2 is 6. Then plus 1 over 3. Then is equal to 6 plus 1. 6 plus 1 is 7 over 3. So you have changed this mixed number into improper fraction. Now 7 over 3 is improper fraction. This one, so we may conclude by saying 2 1/3 is equal to 7 over 3 in improper form. So instead of writing 2 1/3 in a mixed number, you can write 7 over 3 in improper fraction. Are we together? Another example. Another one is 3 1/4. Example 2. 3 1/4. Change this one into improper fraction. To change this one into improper fraction is very easy. Very easy. It's the format we said. You take denominator, take your denominator, then you multiply with the whole number. You multiply with the whole number. Then put this bracket here, plus your numerator. Plus your numerator. Then over denominator. Over denominator. After writing this format here, now it's a matter of taking what is the denominator. The denominator in our mixed fraction here, in our mixed number here, the denominator, the number, the lower number, this one here, is 4. So take 4 times the whole number. The whole number is 3. This one here, it is 3 times 3. Then you put bracket. Plus, what are you adding here? You add your numerator, the upper number in your fraction, the number which is showing how many fractions have been selected from the whole. It is 1 for this one, not always 1. Don't claim you say because here we used 1 and here 1, so here must be 1. No, it is any number. Any number. It can be 2, it can be 3, and so on. It could see depending on the setup of the question. So 1 is there, according to this question, is 1 as numerator over what? Denominator. Denominator here is 4. Now 4 times 3 is 12. Then plus 1 over 4. Then it's equal to 12 plus 1. 12 plus 1, you get 12 plus 1, you get 13 over 4. 4 is here, common, over 4. Then you conclude by saying that 3 1/4 or 3 1/4 is corresponding to 13 over 4. So the improper fraction of this mixed number, is this one here. So once you are given a question to change either from improper fraction to mixed or mixed to improper, you follow the procedures are there, very wide, very simple to understand. It is a very simple concept to understand. I think everyone is now is able to change that one. Then let us now discuss another thing in this topic called fraction. In the last period, we discussed how to deal with how to add improper fraction. How to deal with improper fraction. How to add improper fraction. Let us now see how to subtract fraction from 1. How do you subtract fraction from 1? You are given 1, a complete thing, then you are required to take away to take away a certain fraction, isn't it? Subtracting fraction from 1. This subtopic is called subtracting fraction from 1. Subtracting fraction from 1. Subtracting fraction from 1. Example. Find 1 minus 5. 1 minus 5/7. 1 minus 5/7. Here you have two alternatives. The first alternative, you may find this one by drawing. 1 means a complete thing. Minus 5/7. That means take away this portion here. So you may do this one by drawing. How? You draw a figure. This one here. This is a complete figure. It can be this bar, or you may draw any kind of figure, like this one maybe, this circular figure. Then this is a complete. In general, we call this one S1. It is a complete thing, a complete object. Then minus 7/3. So you have to draw another object of the same size or the same shape. You may draw another circular figure here, isn't it? Now divide this figure into 7 portions, into 7 parts. Divide this one into 7 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, this object here is the same as this one. This one equals to this one. But we have divided this one into 7 portions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Isn't it? But at the beginning, we had this one. Then we have divided this one into 7 portions. Isn't it? Now, this is 1/7. 1/7. This portion here is also 1/7. This one also is 1/7. Then this one also is 1/7. This one also is 1/7. And this one also is 1/7. So in total, if you add up these fractions here, according to the portions, with respect to the denominator here, you will get that if you add 1 plus 1, as we said that to add this one you take 7 because it's common, isn't it? Then you come to add the numerators. Your numerators here, you have 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So add 1, 1, 1 up to the end. You take 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 1. Then you will get that it is 7/7. Isn't it? Is it? What I'm trying to say is to show you what is 1. 1 means what? So in a fraction, 1, this one means that 7/7 for this case here. 1 means 7/7. Now instead of saying 1, we can say now, this one also you can divide it according to this one. But let us use only this one. Now, instead of saying 1, you can replace this one according to this one here. Now you say it is 7. It is now 7/7. This one here, isn't it? We have transformed this figure from 1, then we divided into 7 portions, isn't it? Then we get that if you add up the portions, you get 7 over 7, isn't it? Now instead of writing 1, write 7 over 7 minus or take away in a simple language. Take away. What are you taking away? You are taking away according to the given question here. You are taking away 5 over 7. 5 over 7, isn't it? So the first thing to do here is to transform this complete one into portions according to the given denominator. Isn't it? We will see. Now, to subtract this one, you use the same procedure as I taught you previous lessons when we are dealing with the subtraction of the same denominator. Subtraction of fraction with the same denominator. What you are doing here is, you say now, 7, you put this line segment, then 7 is common, take 7 here down, then you come to subtract 7 minus 5, then you say 7 minus 5 now is, it is 2, then over. Your denominator is what? Is 7. So 1 minus 5 over 7 is equal to 2 over 7. Very easy. Very easy. Take another example. Example 2. Take another example here. 1 minus 7 over 13. 1 minus 7 over 13. 1 minus 7 over 13. Why always 7? 1 minus 3 over 11. Isn't it? 1 minus 3 over 11. Now, there is no need of drawing. There is no need of drawing again. Because what I was doing here is to show you how to change this one into fraction with the same numerator and denominator. Fraction which complies the same, the numerator is equal to a denominator, right? So, our denominator is 11. So, instead of writing 1, you say now equals to 11 over 11. Isn't it? Then minus what? Minus 3 over 11. Then you subtract as usual. You put a line segment here, you put down 11 as normal, then you come to subtract the numerators. How to subtract the numerators? You take 11 minus 3. Now 11 minus 3 is 11 minus 3, you remain with 8, then over 11. Therefore, 1 minus 3 over 11 is equal to 8 elevenths. Is it? Very simple. Very simple. So this one, you are replacing 1 according to the denominator you have given. Check this one. Maybe example 3. 1 minus 6 over 10. Higher. Write this one in the form of fraction. To write this one in form of fraction, you consider this one, the denominator, which is 10 here, isn't it? So instead of 1, you write 10 out of 10. Then minus what? Minus 6 over 10. Then you proceed with the normal procedures. If you have given 1 minus 2 over 5. 2 over 5. Now change this one into fraction. You are changing this one to be fraction form by saying now it is 5 out of 5 with the regarding. By regarding 5 here. Then minus what? Minus 2 over 5. Then you proceed with normal procedures. If you have given 1 minus 9 over 100, 9 minus 100, is it? Change this one to be in fraction form by considering your given denominator. So this one you say it is, instead of 1 here now you write 100 out of 100 minus, what are you taking away? Minus 9 over 100. 9 minus 1, 100. Then you proceed with normal procedures of how to subtract fractions with the same denominator. It is very simple, very easy. You can enjoy this one, and I think there is no any obstacle you can find here. Very, very smooth. Right? Very, very easy. So we can conclude by saying if or when the numerator is equal to a denominator. When the numerator is equal to the denominator, the answer is equal to 1. The answer is equal to 1. Like 7 over 7, the answer equals to 1. 6 over 6, the answer equals to 1. 9 over 9, the answer equals to 1. That's why now we were changing 1 to be this one according to the given denominator here. Thank you very much for your listening. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Thank you very much for your participation. I think you enjoyed the lesson, and also I'm happy. I'm very happy with you. See you when you see me in another subtopic called subtracting fraction from whole numbers. Subtracting fraction from whole numbers. So once you get a time, please pass through this subtopic called subtracting fraction from a whole number. Thank you very much for your